First and foremost, I want to let you know that every piece of advice I give you, 10 out of 10. Listen, there's a reason why motherfuckers in high school used to come to me on the sideline like, yo, can you give me advice on relationships or this, that, and the third? Especially in high school. So listen, everything I'm saying is 100% accurate, and it should be 100% accurate to your life. If not, you're a liar. Hey man, listen, off rip, I'm already gonna tell you first piece of advice, man. Don't be upset if your high school relationship doesn't work out, man. Listen, we all been there, you know, your first love, you know what I'm saying? This is probably the first girl you ever been with that let you grab her butt. And vice versa for the girls, man. You know, it's probably the first dude that really showed you they care, or you know what I'm saying, it's your first little relationship where you actually went on dates. Whatever the case is, this is probably your first love in life, period. But you can't really get upset if things don't work out. Life happens, you know what I mean? Especially when you're really young. Commitment issues is a really big thing that I feel as though young people, especially just starting high school, can't really take into account because they don't really understand what that even really means. All I'm saying is, especially for a young dude coming from me, man, in high school, I had no problems being in a serious relationship, but I can also say in the back of my head, you know, when college is coming around, you thinking like, damn, like, am I really trying to be in a relationship right now? I'm just saying, man, commitment can be something big, but hey, man, I know people that have been together since middle school, so it's like, you know, play your game right. If you're not really big on commitment and you want to live your life and, you know, just be young, then just stay out of a relationship. And you can't be upset if that one little love relationship don't work out. I mean, honestly, I feel as though that everybody in life is a lesson for you to really learn from. Hey man, maybe that first girlfriend or boyfriend really taught you like, yo, like, next time I get into a relationship, I really want this. And now that I have all this time to myself, me being single, I can grow as a person. And that's just what life is all about, especially when you're young and when you're in high school, man. These are the years where you kind of figure out who you are as a person, man. Like, in the beginning of high school to the end of high school, you're a completely different person. Friend groups and all, you know, in life, certain terms that you want just won't work out for other people, man. So you gotta really think like, yo, let me grow as a person. I mean, since we already on the topic of boyfriends and girlfriends, don't be that person that wants to put your boyfriend and girlfriend in front of your friends and family, bro. That's honestly like stupid. All I'm gonna say is this: when you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend have a falling out, don't be trying to crawl back to your friends. Spend all this time with this girl, all this time with this boy, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You're young, especially if you get into a relationship, you know, you're like a freshman, or, you know, I understand what it's like. You don't know how to act that you got a little girlfriend, a little boyfriend, but make time for the friends, make time for the family. Don't put your girlfriend in front of your family. Don't put your boyfriend in front of your family, bro. That's strike out right there, man. It should never be that deep. I'm just saying, you know, make sure everybody is on a nice little pedestal with you. Make sure you treat everybody evenly, treat everybody like how they want to be treated. Friends are most likely going to be there way more than a girlfriend or a boyfriend, because girls and boys come and go, man, but friends, listen, friends stand the test of time, and I'll just tell you that honestly right now. Now that we're on the topic of friends, I guess I can get into that too. Listen, don't be surprised if your childhood friend, or, you know, the friend you just met last year in middle school and 8th grade, y'all probably got cool or whatever, switches up. In high school, you will honestly see that happen a lot with everybody around you. They want to be a part of something. You know, there's probably a friend that you have that now want to hang out with a certain clique because they think that that's the right thing to do. And hey man, that's just, it is what it is in life. Don't be that person that chases down that friend because you think it's the right thing to do. No, let the friend, the quote-unquote friend now, do what they need to do, man. Because at the end of the day, people only learn from experience. And when that friend want to come back to you like, oh bro, you was right, like you're the only friend I have, then it's up to you now whether you should take that person back. Is this person want to switch up on me? He was a person who left me when I ain't had no friends. You see what I'm saying? So choose your friends wisely, man. But you can't be upset if that friend switches up. Be prepared for that a lot in high school. Listen, it's pretty much a rule for generations now in school that your friend group will get smaller. From freshman year, you may have like 50 friends, and now you're down to like 5 friends in your senior year. Hey man, that happened to me a million times, bro. I've been through a million different friend groups, and that's just from growth, you know what I'm saying? That's from really realizing what you don't like. You just naturally fall into a friend group naturally. Don't force yourself to be a part of a group just because you think that this is good for you. You think it's like the cool thing to do. Now, this is gonna be a very, very big segment. What? Probably one of the most important advices. I feel like your mom and your dad or whoever's around you probably told you a couple times. Somebody older, man, they definitely told you this one time. But listen, don't let anybody's opinion of you change you in any way possible. You know, when you're in high school, you're probably a little bit more self-conscious than when you will be when you're older. But you know what I'm saying, everybody's been there. You know, you're fresh, you know, you see all these kind of cool looking guys, you see these cool looking girls, you know what I'm saying, how they dress, how they act, what they do, and you kind of want to bend towards that kind of lane so you can probably get attention from others, and you probably think that that's what you want. Listen, be yourself. That is the coolest person you can possibly be. And I know it's probably corny, you probably heard this from from a million people before in your life, but that's just honest. I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of these cool people honestly don't really even got it like that. A lot of these guys fake their life, especially on social media, man. You know, they want to fake that they got a cool ass life, how they got everything, but you know, you don't know what they're going through behind locked doors. And you don't want to be that guy that switches your whole persona up for somebody that's not even gonna notice you. You know what I mean? Like, don't bend your opinions of something, don't bend what you like, don't bend none of that for nobody, because being yourself is honestly the most important thing to you. These are your years where you gotta honestly learn who you are as a person. Don't try and imitate somebody else, because that's not really you. Now, I'm gonna be honest, in my school, it was really not a social ladder. Like in my school, it was really nothing but groups of people. You know, you had like, you know, the basketball teams, you had the cheerleading, the soccer, the art kids, you know what I'm saying, the anime kids. You know, you had like different groups of people. Now, necessarily, groups of people weren't more popular than nobody. There is really no popular kind of social ladder in my school. But all I'm saying is this: if you see somebody that looks like they may be doing better than you, don't think that you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? People move at their own pace when it comes to them learning more about themselves. And listen, the coolest self may come tomorrow. It may come in 2 years. You just started high school, man. I'm just saying, man, like, there's a lot of time for you to honestly just grow as a person. And don't think that all because you may think that somebody else is having a better time in high school a lot earlier than you, they may be chilling with like the older people, or they may be doing what they need to do. They probably in sports, they probably in clubs, talking to multiple groups of people. Certain people move at different paces, and certain people are friends with certain people for certain reasons. So don't think that you're doing something wrong if you're kind of like that loner kind of person, and you know what I'm saying, you're still trying to figure out who your handful of friends are, because it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like I say a million times in this video, you're young, so don't even trip if you see, oh, this person has this and I'm just this. Like, no, you're perfect just the way you are. I don't know, one thing that I really saw in my school was a lot of the people that they weren't really comfortable with themselves, kind of paid attention to the kids that kind of dressed it really nice and kind of went to school to flex. All I'm gonna say is this: materialistic items does not make the man. I'm just being honest, man. That's just what it is. If you see them walk in with the Yeezys on, or whatever, the designer belts and the designer clothes, and they walk in thinking they the shit, most likely if they make materialistic items their, you know, their persona, if they literally let their material and their money take them over where they're not even their own person, then they're corny. Like, half the time they will spend all their money on that stuff but not even have any money in their pocket. They're the type person that they'll spend $1 million on whatever they got on their feet, shirt, whatever the case is, right? They don't even know how to pay their lunch debt off. Like, well, when you can't even get school lunch, bro. Oh my God. Now. Don't give in to peer pressure. Listen, when you want to do something, you're gonna want to do it. Don't do it against your will. Don't do none of that shit, whether that comes to smoking, sex, any of that type time. You know, things will happen according to plan. Don't rush that plan. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times in kids, and I feel like it's been like this since the beginning of high school, man. Peer pressure is definitely a thing that I feel like can make or break somebody. There's probably somebody that never wanted to smoke weed in their life, and now they went from weed to this, that, and the third. I don't necessarily think weed's a bad thing, but I will say that for a lot of people kind of up the ante with these drugs nowadays, most likely stemming from them being forced into something or feeling like they had to be cool in high school in a sense. And I can honestly say that I've been seeing people around me literally started off on some, oh, you know, I'm hitting the pen, I'm hitting the blunt, da-da-da-da. It's cool now, you think it's sweet now in school, but listen, I'm seeing these guys now popping these, like, a lot of these pills now, damn near killing them. They in comas now. They don't even really know who they are anymore because of a decision that they made in high school. Now, I'm not telling you that, oh, drugs are bad. I'm not even like an anti-drug sort of guy, but I will say, just be smart. Just overall be smart around what you're doing. Make sure that what you're doing is safe. Make sure that your well-being is together when you're making those decisions. And another thing I can really say is kind of for the fellas, man, like, don't worry if you didn't lose your virginity yet. I can definitely say that most times out of 10, when the conversation of sex pops up, which most conversations in high school are about, honestly, I can really say that most times out of 10, every guy is lying saying that they've got like 3 bodies, 4 bodies. It's like a pride thing, I guess. I never really understood what was the big deal if you didn't lose your virginity or you lost your virginity, I guess. But I don't know, it's like a guy kind of thing, I guess. But at the same time, it's like most times out of 10, those guys are lying themselves. A lot of these guys that claim they got these bodies never touched a girl in their life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's cool to really just be on some shit where nowadays it's kind of rigged out that it's like, oh, if you didn't lose your virginity, then you're like a lame or something. Like, that's corny to me, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, that's just school for you. But you're not lame if you ain't lose your virginity. Half of these guys now will probably have kids in high school. I see a lot of, listen, I've been to school with a lot of kids that thought it was fun and games, fucking all these girls, doing whatever they was doing, and now they here with 2 kids. Like, genuinely, there's people out here that I went to school with that have 2 kids now, or even a disease that can kill you. So yeah, y'all stay strapped up. And even if you do have sex, please use protection. You know what I'm saying? That raw shit, you know, everybody like to gas it up like, oh, I don't wanna fuck, I don't do this raw. Listen, you don't want a disease that kills you. People are more afraid of having kids than something that will kill you at the age of like 16, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. So, you know, just be safe, y'all, especially y'all youngins, bro, because a lot of y'all like to be gassed up. Honestly, just stick to yourself. Do whatever makes you happy. If you feel like it's the time to do that, then do it. If it's not the time and your homies is gassing you up, though, most times out of 10, just go with your gut feeling, man. Don't go off of what somebody else says. Like, come on now. Honestly, for real, what makes you cool is being your own leader, man. When you're your own leader, you can show you can stand your own ground and be yourself. That's honestly what draws more people into you, if I'm being honest. I was sort of the guy in school where I never really went by code. I never really did what everybody did. And honestly, a lot of people would come to me for advice, mainly because they knew that I wasn't influenced by the wrong people and I wasn't trying to impress nobody, you know what I'm saying? I was my own kind of person, so I was somebody they can trust, but I was like that because I was my own leader. I was my own advocate. I never needed nobody else's approval, and you shouldn't need anybody's approval either. So it's just cool to be your own leader, your own advocate, and make sure that actually shows a lot of maturity about people, because a lot of times the childish people like to look up to the people that they think are right or think that they're cool. You never know if they're in the wrong, right, or they're going downhill. You don't want to go downhill, you only want to go up. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do to stay on top as your own person. I mean, now that I already gave the advice to kind of like the fellas out there, let me give you one thing of advice for the ladies, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is especially for the younger girls out there, man, that just got out of high school, 13, 14. And if you 13, bro, please take this into account. If he is 18 years old trying to hit on you, a senior, even a junior, if they are 17, 18 years old trying to hit on you, trying to take you out, trying to do this and do that, and you're rolling with them because you think that they're mature, because of their age, they'll be more mature, that's a complete lie. Honestly, I'm in college now, and people my age and even up, 20 and up, are still acting how they acted in high school. I'm gonna be honest. So don't take that, oh, I'm 18, I'm mature, I won't do this, I won't do that. No, if he is 18 coming up to you, that's a problem. I'm just being honest. It doesn't matter how much he says he's mature. He's gonna manipulate you, he's gonna use you. Some of y'all really be thinking age makes somebody's maturity. If anything, you're fucking with a bigger baby. I'm just being honest. It's a problem if he's 18 trying to get in your pants. That's not okay. One of the more last big segments I want to tap into is just, you know what I'm saying, get a job, get into after school activities, get into something extracurricular, man. Like, I feel like in high school you probably think that it's already enough that you're already going to school, which I, you know, being in your shoes not too long ago, like, you know, I can understand, you know, you want the day to end, but honestly, when you have something to do after school, it's very, very beneficial. You think you don't got time now, wait till you get to college. And like you have a part-time job and you barely don't even have, actually, you don't even have time to even have a part-time job sometimes. I'm lucky to even have one. But when you're in school, man, make sure you take the opportunity and just take the time to really take advantage. You know, be the person in high school that got their own bag, man. Like, I'll tell you my first job. My first job in high school, I got my first job when I was a junior. And I worked at the movies, so I was a person coming into school, buying my own shoes, buying my own clothes, buying all this stuff. And people would be like, yo, where'd you get that? Oh, like, your parents gave you that? Like, nah, I got this myself, you know what I'm saying? It feels good to have your own money in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you don't just want to waste time. Like, if you don't got nothing going on in your house, man, if you don't do sports, if you don't do nothing, get a job, you know what I'm saying? Get an easy job. You don't gotta go all the way to corporate. I feel like everybody should at least have a couple goals, man, set up, you know. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You don't gotta be famous off rip, you know what I mean? You can have a big goal, but I'm just saying there's something to work towards. I feel like honestly the process of getting it done is honestly the most enjoyable part. If I'm being fair, you know, it definitely humbles you, but you know, when you're in school, make sure you have a couple goals set up. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to just, even if you just want to have a job, or even if you just want to pass school and that's it, you want to go to college, set things up so you can swiftly move through everything, you know, step by step, and you get there, you know, without a problem. There's something that you got to do, and that's planning, man. That's all you simply have to do. Honestly, I recommend journaling. I actually recommend just writing your ideas down. Have a little book with you, man. Have a little planner. There's nothing wrong with being organized. So yeah, man, just set your little goals up, man. Maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to join a club or something, or maybe you want to join something at the school. Write it down, man, you know what I'm saying? Definitely want to say this for the older kind of people in the video, definitely the seniors, man. Listen, seniors, don't be afraid if you don't know what to do after high school. I mean, I feel like that's probably the biggest things that people come to me now. A lot of the times nowadays, they're in college right now, but they're still telling me, yo, I still don't know what to do in my life. You know what I'm saying? That is okay. As long as you're making the effort to still find that out, or you're still making the effort to, you know, be in something, like if you're still in school, or even if you still have a job, even if you take college out of the equation, if you have a job simply and you're still thinking about what you want to do, that is okay. At least you're doing something. I think honestly, the one situation situation you don't want to be stuck in is when you're just sitting at home and you're not making an effort to figure out what you really want to do with your life. But if you're in high school and you still don't know what to do, whether you don't want to go to college or whether you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, work, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying, pick something, keep yourself occupied, man. I definitely recommend keeping a job around, and I definitely recommend trying college. You don't even need to pay for college. If you want to go to a community college for like a semester, just try it. There's nothing wrong with trying. I feel as though that you can't say that you didn't do something until you try it once. And if you don't like it, then cool, drop out, get a job, and you know, you can still plan from there. You know what I'm saying? Plot out what you want to do. You're still very young after you leave high school, and these are still your plotting years from when you actually do come up. You know what I'm saying? You're like in your mid-20s, your early 20s still. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? So don't even think towards the future right now. If you're in high school, you're still very, very young. Even when you turn 18. Alright, technically you're an adult, but I'm telling you, you're still a baby up until your early 20s, if I'm being honest. I feel like something that also needs to be brought up when it even comes to your goals is understand that you're gonna make mistakes. Honestly, make as many mistakes as you can in high school, bro. Mistakes is probably one of the best ways to grow. Now, don't purposely go out your way, like playing stuff out first, but let's just say it don't go according to plan. Oh well, you know what I'm saying, I tried and I'm gonna do something better next time. So just know that whatever situation you're in, whether it be relationship wise, friendship wise, goals wise, you know what I'm saying, even home wise, man, just personal growth in general, you're gonna make mistakes because you're still young, you still don't understand things like that. And even putting youngness aside, in life, adults make mistakes. That's just simply what it is. Nobody in this world is perfect, so don't beat yourself over the head too hard if you make a simple mistake, man. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes are made to be learned from. So don't even trip over it, for real, for real. I really only have 2 more things to really tell y'all youngins, honestly, at the end of the day. I feel like just, you know, don't be afraid to take advice from nobody, whether that's your, you know, your parents, brothers, sister, friends, anybody, even your counselor. You know, counselors are very underrated. I feel like I'm a hypocrite saying this. I didn't really go to my counselors, but anytime I did speak, I did get something out of it. Even getting some advice from your teachers sometimes. They pull you aside real quick, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with people giving you advice. Even if it's bad advice, take the good with the bad. Don't even pay attention to all of it, obviously, but take the good from what they're trying to come from. I feel like a lot of times when you're young, you probably think you know everything, especially when you're on the younger side of the grade. I feel like as you get older, you start to really realize that, yo, like, I'm not even fully right and I still make mistakes as I'm older. So it's like, take every grain of advice you possibly can from any kind of source. It's okay to ask for help, you know what I mean? We're human, we don't know everything. So definitely be open to advice because that gives you time to, like I said, grow as a person. High school is like, you know what I'm saying, you're just growing into your tree. Most importantly, the last thing I want to tell y'all is enjoy high school, man. Just enjoy being young. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this like if I'm old, but like I know the difference, the clear difference between high school and college, bro. And I'm telling you, in college, although it may sound fun from the little rumors, like all the parties and all this and the third, I'm gonna be honest, I started college in quarantine, so I ain't even get to go to my campus yet. I'm over here still in my house since senior year, because my senior year was also canceled and I've been in the house since then. So you don't never know what can happen, man. Enjoy your high school years, man. Enjoy when you have all the time after school. Enjoy the friends that you have. Enjoy the moments. Go to some games. Go to all the dances. Go to everything you possibly can. I'm telling you, in the beginning it may seem slow. I'm telling you, high school happens like this, bro. Like the years go by fast as hell. Like I remember distinctly when I first started high school, the first day I'm like, damn, like I gotta go through this for the next 4 years. And next thing you know, I'm a senior graduating, although not the proper way, because you know what, it was like it still passed by very fast. And it's still surreal to me that I'm ready to start my 2nd year of college. My 1st year of college ain't really feel like nothing. The older you get, the faster time goes by. So take advantage of what you got now, because I'm telling you, when you get to the level when you graduate high school, you're like, damn, like if I could go back, I would low-key want to spend more time in school, man. And that's all I really got to end on. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man.